It's hard to believe that Friday, 1995, was released 30 years ago, but its impact on pop culture remains stronger than ever. The film introduced us to unforgettable characters, hilarious one-liners, and a raw yet comedic look at life in South Central L.A. But what happened to the stars who brought the movie to life? Some went on to build successful Hollywood careers, while others faced personal struggles, controversies, or tragic losses. As we step into 2025, let's take a look at where the cast is now, who's still thriving, who left the spotlight, and who we've sadly lost along the way. Tom Lister Jr. portrayed Deebo, the intimidating neighborhood bully in Friday, 1995, at the age of 37. Deebo was a physically imposing and ruthless antagonist who terrorized others with brute strength and an unrelenting mean streak. Lister, despite his success in Hollywood, was often typecast as the menacing enforcer, which limited his career growth. He married Felisha Forbes, but his constant work schedule and struggles with financial mismanagement led to tension in their relationship. Although he found roles in films and television, he struggled with mounting debts and legal issues, including fraud allegations that tarnished his reputation. His health declined due to diabetes and high blood pressure, and he contracted COVID-19 in 2020. Refusing hospitalization, his condition worsened until he was found dead in his home on December 10, 2020, at the age of 62. His body remained undiscovered for several hours, marking a lonely and tragic end for the once feared villain of Friday. Anthony Johnson played Ezel, the erratic and desperate crackhead in Friday, 1995, at 29. His character was comedic relief, but his personal life was far from funny. Johnson initially found success in stand-up and minor film roles, but his career quickly stalled due to substance abuse issues and financial instability. Despite marrying Lexis Jones Mason and having children, his personal struggles placed immense strain on his family. Years of alcohol and drug use took a toll on his body, leaving him with severe health problems. By his later years, work had dried up, and he was reportedly struggling to afford basic necessities. His financial situation became so dire that, after his death, his family had to rely on public donations for his funeral. On September 6, 2021, he was found unresponsive inside a store and later pronounced dead at 55. His passing marked the heartbreaking end of a once promising comedian who succumbed to the very struggles he often joked about on stage. John Witherspoon played Mr. Jones, Craig's blunt, hilarious, and often over-the-top father in Friday, 1995, at 53. His character delivered some of the film's most iconic lines, balancing humor with tough love. Witherspoon's career spanned decades, but he was rarely a leading man, leaving him financially unstable despite his widespread recognition. While his marriage to Angela Robinson lasted, his constant touring as a comedian meant he spent much of his time away from home, missing out on moments with his son, J.D. Witherspoon. Though adored by fans, he privately battled insecurities, feeling underappreciated in Hollywood. In his later years, heart disease and declining health made travel and performances increasingly difficult. On October 29, 2019, he suffered a sudden heart attack and passed away at the age of 77. Though his humor left an undeniable mark, he never fully escaped the struggles of being a working comedian in an industry that often overlooked him. Bernie Mac played Pastor Clever, the boisterous and flamboyant preacher in Friday, 1995, at 38. Though his role was minor, his performance was memorable, showcasing his signature comedic style. Mac spent years fighting for recognition, enduring rejection, financial hardship, and obscurity before finally breaking into mainstream success. His marriage to Rhonda McCullough remained strong, but his relentless drive to succeed kept him away from home, leaving little time for family. He was diagnosed with sarcoidosis, an inflammatory lung disease, yet continued performing despite increasing health issues. The stress of his career and illness began to wear him down. In 2008, he was hospitalized with pneumonia, and his condition rapidly deteriorated. On August 9, 2008, he passed away at just 50, leaving behind a legacy of laughter but an unfinished journey, having fought so hard to reach the top only to be taken too soon. Yvette Wilson took on the role of Rita in Friday in 1995 at the age of 31. Though her screen time was brief, Rita's character left a lasting impression, particularly through her disastrous blind date with Smokey. With her exaggerated makeup, loud personality, and unexpected reveal, she contributed to the film's humor while highlighting the unpredictability of life in the neighborhood. Wilson built a solid career in comedy, gaining greater fame as Endell Wilkerson in Moesha and The Parkers. However, financial troubles and declining health cast a shadow over her success. She battled mounting medical expenses due to her fight against cervical cancer and kidney disease. Despite her comedic talents, her personal life was marked by hardship. She kept her private affairs out of the spotlight, but it was known that she endured painful struggles with health and money, relying on public donations toward the end. On June 14, 2012, at just 48 years old, she succumbed to cervical cancer. LaWanda Page was 75 when she played the feisty old lady in Friday, 1995, delivering her lines with the same sharp comedic edge that had defined her career. Best known for her role as Aunt Esther in Sanford and Son, she had spent decades fighting for respect in an industry that dismissed older black women. Hollywood was unkind to her after Sanford and Son, reducing her to occasional guest roles and bit parts, a cruel fate for someone of her talent. She never married, preferring the solace of solitude over the pain of repeated heartbreak. She had one daughter, Clara, but their relationship was strained, years of absence creating a rift neither could fully mend. Financial hardships plagued her later years, forcing her to continue working well into her 70s. As her health declined, she withdrew from the public eye, suffering from complications of diabetes. On September 14, 2002, she passed away at the age of 81. Reynaldo Rey played Red's father in Friday in 1995 at 55. Embodying the old-school, no-nonsense parenting style that added to the comedic tension of the film. Though a minor character, his authoritative yet amusing presence was a reminder of generational differences in discipline and respect. Rey had an extensive career spanning decades, with roles in Harlem Nights, White Men Can't Jump, and countless comedy specials, yet he was always on the periphery of Hollywood's elite. His personal life was turbulent. Though married to Evelyn Rey, their relationship was strained by long periods of separation, and rumors suggested they lived apart for much of their later years. His final years were overshadowed by deteriorating health, as he suffered from complications related to diabetes and a stroke, leading to physical and financial hardship. He had spent a lifetime making audiences laugh, yet his own struggles remained largely unnoticed until the end. On May 28, 2015, he passed away at the age of 75. Ice Cube brought Craig Jones to life in Friday in 1995 at the age of 26, creating one of the most iconic characters in urban cinema. Craig was the everyman, laid back, funny, and caught between responsibility and the temptations of street life. The film launched Cube into Hollywood superstardom, leading to a long and successful career as an actor, producer, and businessman. However, fame came with its burdens. His past in NWA had already made him a controversial figure, and his later career was plagued by industry betrayals, financial disputes, and the relentless scrutiny of fame. Though married to Kimberly Woodruff for decades and raising 4 children, the pressures of his career often led to accusations that he prioritized business over family. Despite immense success, he has remained a polarizing figure, frequently criticized for his political and social views. Now 55 years old in 2025, he continues to work in entertainment. Michael Clark Duncan appeared in Friday in 1995 as the Craps player at 38, his towering physique making him an intimidating yet comedic presence in his brief but memorable scene. At the time, he was just another struggling actor, working as a bodyguard for celebrities while chasing his Hollywood dream. His breakthrough came later in The Green Mile, earning him an Academy Award nomination, but behind his deep voice and gentle nature lay a series of personal tragedies. He was engaged to Omarosa Manigault, a relationship that later became a source of controversy, as many questioned her intentions, especially after his untimely death. Despite his fame, Duncan battled intense pressure to maintain his health, unaware of the hidden heart condition that would ultimately take his life. On July 13, 2012, he suffered a severe heart attack, and though he initially survived, his body never fully recovered. After months of complications, he passed away on September 3, 2012, at the age of 54. Nia Long played Debbie in Friday, 1995, at 25, portraying a kind-hearted and intelligent woman who becomes Craig's love interest. Her career flourished with roles in The Best Man, Big Mama's House, and Are We There Yet?, solidifying her as a beloved actress. However, behind the glamour, her personal life was marked by heartbreak and betrayal. Her highly publicized relationship with Ayumi Udoka ended in devastation after his scandalous affair surfaced in 2022, leaving her humiliated and emotionally shattered. Before that, she had a failed engagement with Masai Z. Dorsey, with whom she shares her eldest son. As a single mother, she juggled work and parenting alone, often feeling the immense pressure of raising her children without a supportive partner. Hollywood's bias against aging black actresses further limited her career prospects, forcing her to fight for roles despite her talent and legacy. Now 54 and in 2025, she continues to act but speaks openly about the exhaustion of being a single mother. Chris Tucker became an overnight sensation in Friday in 1995 at just 24, portraying Smokey, the fast-talking, troublemaking stoner whose antics define much of the film's humor. His career skyrocketed after Friday, leading to the massively successful Rush Hour franchise, but just as quickly, his star faded. A devout Christian, Tucker rejected many film roles due to religious convictions, including a Friday sequel, which caused tension with Ice Cube. Financial mismanagement compounded his troubles. Despite earning tens of millions, he found himself drowning in IRS debt, losing much of his fortune. While he has a son, Destin, he has remained largely private about his personal life, and rumors suggest estranged relationships with family members. His once thriving career has struggled to find footing again, with sporadic stand-up performances and minor roles, but nothing close to his former glory. Now 53 years old in 2025, he continues attempting comebacks, yet the shadow of his past success looms over him. Anna Maria Horsford played Mrs. Jones in Friday, 1995, at 48, portraying Craig's no-nonsense yet loving mother who often provided comic relief. She had a long and steady career with memorable roles in The Wayans Brothers, Amen, and The Bold and the Beautiful, but her personal life was filled with loneliness. Never married, she devoted most of her life to her career and caring for her ailing parents, sacrificing romantic relationships along the way. As the years passed, she found herself increasingly isolated, watching close friends and colleagues pass away. While her professional success brought her financial stability, it did little to ease the pain of solitude. She often spoke about the emotional toll of being a woman in Hollywood, where aging actresses were discarded while their male counterparts thrived. Now 78 in 2025, she lives a quiet life, rarely making public appearances. Paula Jai Parker played Joy in Friday, 1995, at 26, portraying Craig's jealous, loud, and demanding girlfriend. While she gained recognition in films like Hustle and Flow and Sprung, her career took a sharp downward turn in the 2010s. Financial troubles hit hard, leading her to homelessness despite once being a rising star. She and her husband, Forrest Martin, struggled to keep afloat, and the stress of financial instability put immense strain on their marriage. Hollywood's rejection only deepened her struggles, as she felt blacklisted despite her undeniable talent. In interviews, she spoke candidly about the industry's failure to support black actresses, but instead of garnering sympathy, her outspokenness seemed to alienate her further. The once promising career that she had envisioned for herself never fully materialized, leaving her with a lingering sense of bitterness. Now 55 in 2025, she continues to act in low-budget productions, still chasing the success that once seemed within her grasp. Regina King played Dana Jones in Friday, 1995, at 24, portraying Craig's sassy and strong-willed younger sister. Her career soared, earning her an Academy Award for If Beale Street Could Talk and multiple Emmys for Watchmen and American Crime. However, despite her professional triumphs, personal tragedy struck in the worst way. In 2022, her only son, Ian Alexander Jr., died by suicide, an event that completely shattered her world. She withdrew from the public eye, struggling with overwhelming grief and guilt, questioning if she had missed signs of his pain. Though she slowly returned to Hollywood, nothing could mend the heartbreak of losing her child. Even as she continues to work, she admits that life has never been the same, divided forever into before and after her son's passing. Now 54 in 2025, she remains a respected figure in Hollywood, but the grief of losing Ian lingers, shaping every aspect of her life. Faizon Love played Big Worm in Friday, 1995, at 27, portraying the comedic yet intimidating local drug dealer. While he became a recognizable face in comedy, starring in Elf, The Replacements, and Couples Retreat, his life off-screen was far from stable. A series of legal troubles, including multiple assault charges, damaged his reputation and career. His aggressive behavior led to industry blacklisting, and his financial problems only worsened due to reckless spending, bad investments, and mounting legal fees. He often found himself at odds with Hollywood, claiming he was unfairly treated, but his own volatile personality contributed to his downfall. As years passed, his health deteriorated due to obesity-related complications, including severe heart problems that limited his mobility. Now 56 in 2025, he occasionally performs stand-up but has largely faded from the public eye, struggling with both physical decline and the painful reality that Hollywood has long since moved on without him. Vicki Lynn Reynolds played Joanne in Friday, 1995, at 40, delivering a short yet impactful performance. Though a talented actress, she was never able to secure leading roles, spending most of her career in minor parts that rarely brought financial or artistic fulfillment. Hollywood's neglect weighed heavily on her, and as the offers became fewer, she was forced to take jobs outside the industry just to survive. Her personal life was equally troubled. She endured 2 failed marriages, both ending in heartbreak and financial strain. Without children or close family, she found herself increasingly alone, struggling to find purpose outside of her short-lived Hollywood career. In her later years, she developed chronic health issues, including severe arthritis and high blood pressure, which made it difficult to work or enjoy life. As of 2025, at 69 years old, she lives in near isolation, a forgotten talent overshadowed by an industry that never fully recognized her potential. Angela Means played Felisha in Friday, 1995, at the age of 32, a minor yet unforgettable character whose dismissive send-off, "Bye, Felisha," became a cultural catchphrase. Despite the phrase's viral resurgence years later, Angela's acting career never flourished. She struggled to find major roles and eventually left Hollywood, feeling overlooked and underappreciated. Her personal life was equally difficult. Her marriage ended in a painful divorce, leaving her to raise her son, Brad Kaya, who later became a football player. Their relationship suffered under the weight of her financial instability and emotional struggles. Angela attempted to find stability through business ventures, including a vegan restaurant, but financial mismanagement and poor sales led to its failure. She also battled health issues, including chronic pain and depression, which made day-to-day life increasingly difficult. As of 2025, at 61 years old, she lives in quiet seclusion, grappling with the reality that the industry she once dreamed of left her behind. Kathleen Bradley portrayed Mrs. Parker in Friday, 1995, at 44, a confident and flirtatious neighbor whose presence added humor to the film. Before her role in Friday, she made history as the first black Barker's beauty on The Price is Right, but despite breaking barriers, Hollywood was unkind as she aged. The roles became fewer, and she was eventually pushed out of the industry entirely. Her personal life was equally unstable. Her marriage ended in a bitter divorce that left her financially devastated. She had 2 children, but as her struggles mounted, they grew distant, and the emotional toll of estrangement deepened her depression. In an attempt to maintain her youthful image, she turned to cosmetic surgery, but repeated procedures left her unrecognizable. Financial hardships forced her to downsize her life significantly, and she struggled with declining health as the years went on. As of 2025, at 74 years old, she lives in relative obscurity, haunted by the memories of a career that once showed so much promise but ultimately led to disappointment. Tony Cox played Mr. Parker in Friday, 1995, at 37, a small but comedic role that showcased his sharp timing and undeniable talent. Despite a long career in Hollywood, he remained largely typecast, rarely given opportunities beyond comedic or physically distinctive roles. Though he worked steadily, he never achieved financial security, and as roles dried up, he found himself struggling to maintain his lifestyle. His marriage, though lasting for decades, was turbulent, marked by long periods of separation and emotional distance. His only child became estranged in adulthood, further isolating him. As he aged, he developed multiple health conditions, including a degenerative nerve disorder that made mobility increasingly difficult. As of 2025, at 66 years old, he lives in quiet struggle, a once beloved actor now facing the harsh realities of aging, health decline, and industry neglect. Meagan Good portrayed Kid Number 2 in the 1995 film Friday at the age of 14. Her character was a minor presence, making a brief appearance in the movie. Over the years, Meagan's career flourished with notable roles in films like Eve's Bayou and Think Like a Man. However, her personal life was marred by challenges. In 2012, she married producer Devin Franklin, but their union ended in divorce in June 2022. Shortly after, she began a relationship with actor Jonathan Majors, who was embroiled in legal issues, including assault charges involving his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Despite his conviction and sentencing to a domestic violence intervention program, Meagan stood by him. They announced their engagement in November 2024 and married in a private ceremony in March 2025. As of 2025, Meagan is 43 years old, navigating the complexities of her personal and professional life. Demetrius Navarro played Hector in Friday, 1995, at 25, a young actor hoping the film would launch his career. However, Hollywood offered little after his breakout role, and he soon found himself stuck in a cycle of minor guest appearances and behind-the-scenes work. Struggling financially, he took odd jobs, including working as a production assistant, but frustration over his stalled career led him down a dark path. His marriage ended in a bitter divorce, and the custody battle over his 2 children drained him both financially and emotionally. With mounting debt and no stable income, he turned to alcohol and later substance abuse, further derailing his life. Attempts at rehab were met with relapses, and his health deteriorated over the years. As of 2025, at 55 years old, he continues to battle personal demons, living a life far removed from the success he once dreamed of, overshadowed by addiction, regret, and a career that never reached its full potential. F. Gary Gray appeared in Friday, 1995, as the black man at the store at the age of 26, a small role in the film he also directed. His directorial career flourished, leading him to helm Set It Off, 1996, The Italian Job, 2003, Straight Outta Compton, 2015, and The Fate of the Furious, 2017. Despite his massive success, his personal life has been marked by isolation. Unlike many in Hollywood, he has kept his romantic relationships and family life largely private. Some sources claim he was briefly married, but no official records confirm this. His workaholic tendencies reportedly strained his personal relationships, and some colleagues have described him as distant and difficult to reach outside of work. While his career remains impressive, in recent years, he has struggled to replicate his past blockbuster successes. As of 2025, at 55 years old, he continues to direct, but there are whispers that he may step away from Hollywood due to burnout and disillusionment with the industry. Terry J. Vaughn played China in Friday, 1995, at the age of 26, a minor but lively character. She later found greater fame starring as Lovita Alize Jenkins Robinson in The Steve Harvey Show, 1997 to 2002, earning multiple NAACP Image Awards. Her career flourished in television, but her personal life saw hardships. She first married Derek Carolina in 1999, and they welcomed a son, Dalen, in 2001. However, their marriage ended in divorce in 2005. In 2008, she married former NFL player Karen Riley, and they had 2 children together, Kal-El, born in 2008, and Lola, born in 2014. Her third pregnancy, at age 44, was particularly challenging, with complications that made it a high-risk delivery. Despite her joyful family life, her career faced struggles, as she transitioned to producing and directing in an industry that often overlooks black women over 40. As of 2025, at 55 years old, she remains active in entertainment but faces ongoing struggles to stay relevant in Hollywood. Who is your favorite character from Friday? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.